Hi everybody, I hope that you enjoyed the last two modules. We're moving into Microsoft Excel. Being able to put on a resume that you're proficient in Microsoft Excel is really a wonderful thing. I think every undergraduate student everywhere in the world should have the ability to work within Microsoft Excel. And I want to give you two short examples of folks who couldn't. And you might be like these people now, but if you put the effort into this module, you will develop the proficiency that you need in order to feel more confident. So my husband is the first example. When my husband was in college, he went back to college when we first got together. He was asked to do something in Microsoft Excel for one of his exercise physiology classes, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't add up anything in using formulas in Excel. He had a really hard time just copying and pasting in Excel. He was thinking about it as like a Word document, just with lots of little boxes, almost like a table that you could insert into a Word document. He thought it was like that, and it's not. It's quite different. And there's also not a lot of reason that you would have experience with Microsoft Excel unless you've already been working in an office setting or doing some type of financial analysis, bookkeeping, your own kind of budgeting system, or if you took a class in high school that was math focused and they asked you to work in Microsoft Excel. The other example that I want to give is much more recent and close to home. I had an intern last summer who was a marketing major, and he was getting ready to graduate with a business degree from Portland State. I offered to give him an internship to get him some practical experience, and I gave him an assignment of doing some market research on competing programs, business programs. And I asked him to do all of this in Microsoft Excel and come up with the cost associated with each of these different programs and what he thought would be the best option for the School of Business to implement. So when he sent me the Excel file, his information was spot on. I appreciated how he had laid everything out, and I was able to see option A, B, C, and D, and then his recommendation. But when I went in to look at how he had calculated these numbers, everything was hard-coded. He just typed in numbers, and then where you would have the total cost, it was just a number. So he hadn't used any of the formulas. So I went to him and I said, "How did you calculate these?" And he said, "Well, I used a calculator. I had the calculator on my desk and I was adding up things on the calculator, and then I just typed the sum, the total, into Microsoft Excel." And I thought, wow, I really need to create a course to help students to learn how to use this technology, because that is just embarrassing. You should not be getting a business degree and not know how to use the sum formula in Microsoft Excel. Beyond that, what I really want to drive home to you is that Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet tool. It's a tool that's most powerful not for storing data, like lists of things. You can do that. You can even store data in different sheets within a Microsoft Excel workbook. So think about it as file folders within a cabinet, or file folders, subfolders within your file folder system on your computer. So it does that, but the most powerful thing it does is it allows you to do calculations, really complex calculations. And I don't just mean mathematical calculations. I mean things like search through this whole section of content and tell me how many times you find the word Adidas. Or if a field is equal to 100, add it to this other field. Or go to this other sheet or other file and look up this information, and then pull that information in here and then do some mathematical formula to it. You can do things with pivot tables, which takes vast amounts of data and creates a 2x2 that allows you to compare, let's say, sales by sales rep, or what are the most popular things that we've sold in our company over the last 5 years. What would take you manually days and days to complete, you can do in half an hour if you have proficiency in Microsoft Excel and if you're a real go-getter. So if you don't know how to do something, I can guarantee you that Microsoft Excel can do it. All you have to do is have the basics and have enough ingenuity to search on your own to figure out how to get it done. Become that Excel guru in your circle and you will never be without a job. So let's get going. Enough from me. Let's start the work. See you soon.